Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening everybody, wherever you are, and welcome to my channel all about retiring in Thailand. So in this video we're going to have a bit of a walk down the main street here. We're going to go and have a quick look at all the food stalls that'll be out there tonight, stop somewhere and get something to eat, and then after I've shown you, I'll walk down towards the night market that's down there, and then we'll have a chat about my visit to the hospital yesterday and how that went. Nothing to worry about, it was a planned visit, but quite an interesting one. And then we'll bring up a couple of subjects of what some people have been saying in the comments, a couple of questions that are quite regularly pop up and people ask. So we'll go down, find somewhere to sit down, eat, and have a chat. All right. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. Okay. So before we hit the street, I just want to put a big thanks out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. I'm quite taken aback by how many have taken an interest and hit that subscribe button. It's fantastic, and the number of comments on the video is just amazing. Some great advice, some tips, and some questions, and it's really good. There's quite an interesting community out there, obviously interested in my day-to-day move and adaptation, that's the word, to life over here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So all right, I got my wallet. Let's go for a walk outside and have a look at the food in the street and see what we can find, and we'll go down to the night market. All right, let's go. Hey everybody, well here I am out in the street walking along. Just bumped into a Kiwi friend that lives in the same building, and he's going somewhere else to eat, so I thought I'd walk on up here and have a look, and we'll just have a look. I hope you can hear me all right. I've only got the camera microphone. I haven't got an external. I probably will need one, as you can hear. Let me turn the video around. So there's, as you can see, a lot of people. Everybody's out. It's now about 7 p.m. Looking good. There's where I had lunch today. Some pork and rice. It was really nice. I go here quite often actually. They're really good, but I like to explore and trying to find a few other places as well. Places like that you can just pick out what you want and they'll cook it for you. It's like a little barbecue. Over the road now is the market. So I was going to take you to the market, so let's go across the road and have a quick look. Doesn't look like it's much happening as I was hoping, but we'll go for a walk through anyway. Yeah, I'm obviously at the wrong night. Yeah, it's Friday night. Obviously there is no Friday night market. Well, that's a shame. Looks like they're packing up from the day. It's not bad here. You can buy household items. Down the back over there there's like fruit and veg market, and up here is where they do all the food. Sometimes I get some nice chicken, good sized chicken wings here. So what we'll do now is we'll go further down and we'll have a look at where I usually get some pad thai. Hopefully that'll be open. Sort of a bit hit and miss until I get used to what's going on. I mean, I'm sure I came up here on a weeknight and that place was just completely full of stalls everywhere. There is a place up here that does pork steak. You might get lucky. Certainly smells good. Everything smells good. Looks like my pad thai place is open across the road. Might be able to go over there. It's not looking too busy. I'm not going to go up any further than the 7-Eleven here because I don't think there's too much up there in the way of things to eat. There's a big place on the corner over there. It's quite popular. Over there is the pad thai. That's really tasty. So I think we might go over there. Although it's going to be noisy, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I'll just turn off the camera and I'll get settled over there. I'll put my order in and I'll be back. Okay, so that literally, as soon as I grabbed the table and said what I wanted, straight away there's my pad thai. So it's egg, noodles, and I think chicken, and some nice cold water. Let me just turn the camera around and we can chat. So what I wanted to mention today was something I did was well, yesterday actually, was I took a trip to the hospital, and boy was I pleasantly surprised with the service at the hospital. It was amazing. Excuse me while I eat. I'm so hungry. I didn't have much for lunch. Yeah, so what happened was, I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, was I had a embolism, alright, and it was a blood clot that went through my heart and out into my lung and caused problems and got pretty serious. So what happened was I ended up getting on blood thinners, but also I was given a blood test in the hospital and the results were sent to my doctor. This was only 3 weeks before I was leaving to come to Thailand. So what happened was I got the blood test results when I showed up at the doctor, but it all came up as insufficient sample. They didn't take enough blood to get the result to do with the blood clot that I was looking for. Plenty other numbers and stuff on there, so everything else was okay. Excuse me. But well, that's good. So my doctor wrote a note, said when you get to Thailand, go to the doctor and get him to redo this blood test. So as a precaution, because she didn't get the result from the blood test, she put me on these blood thinners for 6 months. That's the maximum. And I got 6 months supply before I left. But depending on the blood test, I may not need to be on them for 6 months. Or, worst case scenario, I might need to be on them for the rest of my life. So I went to the doctor's yesterday at the hospital, just around the corner. I can't remember the name of the hospital. I'll figure it out later and I'll write the name in the description. But it's literally just 5 minutes from where I live. So, in the hospital, I walk in, there's a reception desk, and they greet you like a hotel foyer. They asked for my passport, which I didn't have. I did have all the paperwork from my doctor, including my results and the note. I forgot to bring my passport, but my driver's license from Australia was good enough. Had my photo and my name, that's all they needed. And they got those details, asked me to take a seat. And there was probably about, say, 30 other people in there, but it was a huge place. The foyer was massive. So I took a seat, and then within 5 minutes, a nurse came over and called my name out. Got up, walked into a little room there, asked me what I was there for, took my temperature, took my blood pressure, and that's it. Passed on the information, I guess, for the doctor. So, went back to the chair, went back to the waiting room, sat down. Then, within 10 minutes, nurse came over to me and said, "Doctor will see you now." Okay, great. So, followed her, and there was the doctor, sitting there. Hello, he introduced himself, shook my hand, gave him all the paperwork. I said, "I need to get this blood test." He went through, he read every bit of it. His English was as good as mine, no problem communication. And after he read it all, he said to me, "You're very, very lucky." And I said, "Well, yeah, I know I was lucky. I could have died." So, he said, "No." He said, "Today you're lucky." I said, "Oh, what do you mean today I'm lucky?" He said, "My wife is also a doctor. She's a hematologist. And after reading all this, I'm going to ring her and get some advice, if that's all right with you." I said, "Sure." He explained that she works at Bangkok Hospital, which is the name of the hospital here in Chiang Mai, not in Bangkok. She said if you went to the Bangkok Hospital to get your blood test, it would cost you a lot of money. But because you're here, he told me that him and his wife also have a private clinic, and her being specialist in blood, being a hematologist, was the best person to get advice. So he rang her and spoke to her on the phone in Thai, explained it all about me, I guess, and after about 5 minutes he hung up and he goes, "All right, very good." He says, "We're not going to do the blood test today. We'll do it on the 9th of April. He was going to do it next week, but I think there's a festival holiday on. So I don't know. I don't think the hospital will be closed, but I don't know. Sorry about the noise. He said, "We'll get that blood test then. I'll get it sent to my wife, and then on that day when you come in, you do the blood here, we'll have the result the same day, and I'll send you to her at our clinic. We'll cover the cost, and then she can go over the results with you, and then we'll pay for you to come back to your condo, to the hospital here." I thought, wow, how's that for service? So, I said, great. Then I explained to him what happened and how the doctors didn't really know what caused it. There was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis in my legs, which is mostly what causes the clot. So, you know, he said, well, you know, it's a good thing that you're on these blood thinners. Apixapan is the name of them, because they're very good. Back in earlier days, you used to use this other one called warfarin, which was actually used as a rat killer. A rat poisoning it was. Anyway, it was good. We had a good discussion. Anyway, after that, I left, thanked him, said I'll see you then for the blood test. Went over to the cashier, where they got a little cashier window to pay for my visit. I don't have any medical insurance here, or health cover, and it cost me 350 baht. How's that? Like $14 Australian. And the blood test, as far as what the doctor told me, will cost me about the same. That's just brilliant, brilliant. So, there. that was my experience with a hospital here and seeing a doctor, and it went really, really well. I was really happy about it. So let me just pause this here for a moment whilst I grab some more water, and I'll just eat a bit more of this so I can concentrate on what I got to talk about extra. All right, I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back with my fresh cold water. I finished my pad thai. Beautiful, excellent. All right, so one of the questions I get quite often asked in comments is about Thai bank account. So I'll tell you the process of how and when I got my Thai bank account. Now, if you're going to be living here, you need to have one. Not only is it a requirement for your visa, but it's the best way to pay for things. All right. So about 4 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, I was in Pattaya and I used a visa agent to get me a Thai bank account. From memory, I think it cost me about $100 or $150 Australian for them to do that for me. At the time, and it's probably the same right now, it's very difficult when you come in on just a tourist visa to open a bank account. You really need to have an address here and be here more long term. So I used the agent, and what he did was they were literally across the road from the bank. So they went and took me over the road, did all the paperwork for me, put my address down as the hotel I was staying in at the time, and obviously they got some deal with the cashier there at the branch, and passed it all over to them, and it was done. It took about like 20 minutes. There were probably another 5 or 6 other foreigners there for exactly the same reason. So what you get when you get your now this is with Bangkok Bank, of course. With Bangkok Bank you get your card, your bank card, which is also a Visa card. Okay, so obviously you can use it anywhere in Thailand, but being Visa, you can use it anywhere in the world. And transferring money to and from it is easy. So like I said, this was 4 or 5 years ago I've had that account. For about a year I just had a little bit of money in it, but I never really used it. When I came over here I would put money in, so I would bring cash from Australia over to Thailand, go change it at the money changer where I get a good rate, and then take my cash into the branch and deposit it into my account. Nowadays we have you know, companies like Western Union, Wise, and all those that help you do all that, no problem at all. I actually use Wise as my main way of moving money from my Australian bank account to my Bangkok account. In fact, I've been using Wise for about a year and a half now, nearly 2 years, and it's seamless. It's good. The first couple of times you use it, it might take a day or two for the funds to show up in your account, but you get a really good rate. You get the current rate that you would anywhere else. You don't pay any fees like you would at a bank to do the transfer, and after you've done about 2, maybe 3 transfers, it seems like it recognises you and you're no longer a risk, and it's pretty much instant. It's like, yeah, within minutes your money's there. Now the Bangkok Bank also has an app on your phone that you download. Everything's in English, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can check your bank balance on the app. You can pay your bills on there. You can pay for your mobile phone SIM card, your AIS home internet, all the stuff on the phone. Then you have like a pay wave or scan, where you can go into 7-Eleven or just about most shops even, even places like I'm eating at now, if I wanted to, and just scan with my Bangkok app on the phone and pay for things that way. Of course, you've got the card, so the card's always there to be used. But what I find is that everything's mainly cash here, you know. So I would go to an ATM, take out about 500 baht at a time. That might last me 2 or 3 days. 3 days is a good day. And that's how I spend money in it. More expensive purchases, and I would be using the card for that straight out of the bank account. Now, there was one moment where I had a bit of a problem, and it happened about last week, where I went and used an ATM at the big Central Festival shopping centre. It wasn't a Bangkok bank ATM, it was one of the other ones. You can use it in any ATM, but if you use the Bangkok bank one, I don't think you pay any fees, so that's something to think of. But I put my card in the machine and nothing happened. I pressed the buttons and the screen wouldn't let me put my PIN in. Nothing happened. This machine had just frozen up and it took my card. And I'm starting to worry. I'm thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? My card's gone. A couple of Thai women near me, she saw me looking a bit worried, and I said, the machine just took my card, you know. She said, what bank? I told her, and she said you'd have to go upstairs to the bank. All the banks were on the top floor, but I didn't want to leave the ATM in case it suddenly spat my card out or something. So about 2 minutes passed by of me worrying, and then all of a sudden I realised that I looked at the screen, it said suddenly went black, and I thought, oh great, and then it came up temporarily out of service, and then popped my card back out, and I was going, oh thank God for that. I grabbed the card, whipped that out back into my wallet. Oh sure, that was close. So I mean, like I said, you can pay for things on the app, but I don't think you can use PayWave to take cash out at a 7-Eleven or anywhere like that. You can just pay for your purchases. So I really need the card. So from that, I've been meaning to do it. I need to go to a Bangkok bank and just find out if I can get a second card, just to have it as a backup in case I do lose my card from something like that happening, because that would not be very good. So yeah, just to be careful. One other thing over here, I don't know about other countries, I'm not sure, but particularly in Thailand, unlike in other ATMs you use, you put your card in, you get your money out, then you get your receipt, and then oh actually I'm saying it wrong because I'm so used to it now being different. You'll get your card first, and then it'll give you your money. Okay, that's how it is in Australia anyway. So when you've done the transaction, you want to do a withdrawal, your card comes out and then your money comes out. Because you're so used to that, over here it's the other way around. So your money comes out and then you wait a few seconds and then the card will pop out. But in your mind you're thinking, because you're so used to it, that you take your money and you think you've already got your card, and you just walk off and realise that you've forgotten your card. Just be aware of it. They're a bit different over here like that. That's good. Anyway, so that's about it for the banking. I've seen in the comments some people have said that if you've got a lease and you've got your rental agreement, if you take that to the bank, that's fine. But back 5 years ago when I was just a tourist here, I didn't have anything like that. But I knew I wanted a bank account because over the 4 or 5 years I had that account, I was slowly sending money over into it and building it up and having it like a savings account over here. And then on my trips I'd bring cash and then put it in. That's how I built up the money that I needed. Anyway,
that's it on the banks. If you have any other questions you want to ask me about banks, just let me know in the comments. Or if there's something you know that I don't, let me know your experiences in hospitals as well. That'd be interesting. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to stop this here now. I'm going to head into 7-Eleven and get my usual iced coffee. And yeah, we might just come back on the chat, and I'll come back on. I won't finish up yet, and we'll have a bit more of a talk. Okay, back shortly. I might videotape as we go back through some more of the food stores along the way. Okay, we'll be back in a second. So it seems to have quieted down a little bit now. And having said that, it'll probably get noisy. Apparently the chemists are good here too. You can get anything. I mean anything. I've only been in there once. I had to buy a packet of masks. Here's that barbecue place where you can just pick out your stuff. Hello. Say what? Yeah, how much? Cheap? Yeah? Alright, I come back tomorrow, alright? Okay. Very good, very cheap, like, you know. I'm talking in Aussie dollars. We're talking about like 30 cents a kebab or less. Yeah, they cook it there for you. So they're closed up. Some coconut there, durian. Yeah, it's definitely quieting down. It's strange for a Friday night. Maybe people are in the city on a Friday night. It fits your shoes in there. There's my friend over there. It's where he stopped and had something to eat. There's my 7-Eleven. This place ain't bad either. Might try that out tomorrow. Alright. If you watched my other video, you would have seen me grab a iced coffee. We don't want to see that again. So I'll be back. Alright. There it is. The less than $1. Beautiful iced coffee. And that's a different iced coffee because I haven't tried this flavour before. Thought I'd try a different flavour. Let's see how that goes. So here we go, the entrance back into the condo. Nice secure place. It's a massage place here. I haven't tried that yet. I actually need a pedicure. Still trying to find a place to get a pedicure. Anyway, there's my mate going up. There he is, going up in the lift. Yeah. All right, well, I'll cut it short. Well, I won't cut it short here. Well, while I get back up into the room, and I'll continue again back shortly. Okay, back in the condo. Here's my studio for YouTube. Well, I know it seems a bit much, but yeah, I have more than just this particular channel. I'll talk about it in my next video, but one of my hobbies, I like doing a YouTube channel of one of my hobbies. Some of you know about. Anyway, so that was good. That was nice out there. A bit quieter for a Friday night than I expected, but that's okay. The pad thai was only 40 baht, 50 baht. It was 50 baht, so less than $2. And of course, I've got my nice iced coffee. So I just want to thank everybody, all the new subscribers that have come onto the channel. The watch hours, everything's going up. I mean, I'll be able to monetize this in the next 2 weeks at the rate we're going. We're well past 500 subscribers today, so that's great. Comments are coming in, getting lots and lots of views and interest. One video there had like over 120 comments on it, and I'm trying my best to read them all and catch up with everybody and reply back. The least I'll do is give you a thumbs up if you've made a statement or put a few tips in or anything. But I'll try to actually write a reply to those if I can. Someone also asked about being able to make donations with super chats and so forth, but from what I can tell, that I can't do that until I've got the channel's big enough with 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of watch hours, which it's heading that way. I mean, I could put a PayPal link or a buy me a coffee link in there, I suppose, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm happy to wait until the channel gets up to that size, which is, like I said, it's not going to take very long at all. Even while I'm sitting here now, I can see on my laptop there, new subscriber, Jay, subscribe to your channel. So excellent. I mean, by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, I might even have 600 subscribers. So that's great. Anyway, so thank you all again. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your comments and all the feedback. And again, if you've got any suggestions, any questions you want to know, let me know about. You want me to do a video on anything in particular? Someone did mention me going for a walk down there and checking out the market. Sorry, the market wasn't much tonight, but you know who you are. I was going to go down there and see if they had any bugs in there you could buy to eat. But I haven't seen them in here in Chiang Mai. I think that's more of an Isan type of thing out in the eastern part of Thailand, northeast, where you get your bugs and your crickets and so forth. I haven't seen it here. Yeah, but yeah. Anything else? People asking about the motorbike rental places. I did mention a couple in town. I didn't say their names because I want to be sure that they still exist and they're still good. And until I've been there myself, I don't really want to mention the names of businesses. And I'm not looking at renting a bike for a while yet anyway, so that's probably not going to be a subject. But we'll certainly look for some more food places, and we'll also talk about. I went to a place called Gymkhana, which is a club where they have tennis and golf and a few other hobby type club meetings, computer geeks and things like that. I went up there the other day and had a look. Didn't really find much there, but I'll give it another go. Or maybe I'll check them out online, see what they got to offer. All right, I'm starting to ramble.
Okay, well, thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully. Okay, all right, cheers, have a good one, and yeah, all the best to you if you're making plans to come over here. All right, bye for now. Cheers, bye.